here's what we're starting with for this gaps for the Trans Am. Hey, Baron Dog. See there, that gap stands up quite a bit. You can see there that's quite a gap there between this front header panel and that. I'm gonna see what we can do as far as the hood latch. Mess with it a little bit. Mess with the hinges. Over here it's actually a little low, and over here it's a little high. So we're gonna see what we can do to adjust that hood latch. And these, which I think are supposed to have some kind of pad or something on them to work right here, these adjustments. I have to familiarize myself a little bit about how those work. They have the same ones back there in the back. You can see it there just above the VIN plate. There. You can still see I'm still struggling to get my wipers on the correct way with this hidden wiper feature this car has, so really struggling with that on the struggle bus. But otherwise, the car's running really well, and we're gonna work on this and some other cosmetics. See there, I've moved that, loosened those bolts, moved that side hinge over, and you can see there in the mark I shoved that hood forward a bit, and I was raising and lowering these bumpers to try to get the hood to level out from side to side. Classic Industries still just sucking my will to live. They sent the wrong little rubber hood bumper, so I'll use these little furniture pads until I get the right rubber bumpers. But I ended up raising both of those quite a bit and putting that one back down a little bit. So right now, since it's so tight, the hood is actually hitting pretty hard on this bumper right here. Looks like it was supposed to be rubber, but it's definitely hard as a rock. On this side it is hitting, but it's hitting much harder on that other side, so have to take a look at that. But got it better than it was. Also, don't know if you can see it. I'll try to hit it with a flashlight here. You can see there that the two bolts that are missing there is what basically supports the center of this. So you can see here I could move the front nose quite a bit, so I'm gonna have to try to sneak in there and get those fasteners in. I'm just trying to enjoy the damn thing and drive it, so I'm really not too excited about pulling this whole front end off again. Not again, I've never had it off, but this really looks bad. And there's a broken stud that comes out of this header pedal. You can see here, that's just loose as shit. This headlight's flopping around, so fun. But I'll keep banging away at it, and hopefully get to some painting of the wheels here pretty soon. So a few notes about driving here. Notice the speedometer is a little bouncy. Took a look at the speedometer drive gear. It looks like that square that drives the sensor is a little out of round, so I did order a new speedometer drive gear, so I get to take that little sensor back out of the back of the transmission, so hooray for that. The car is running pretty well. Like I said, I'm still I had the timing turned down a little bit until I get more comfortable with the car. Running well, drivability is great, pretty quiet. It looks like we're doing about 50 miles an hour, and brakes are good. Steering's good, although I do need to go to the alignment shop. The steering wheel is a little catty wampus, but It has its manners at idle, keeps a good vacuum, power brakes work well. So overall, a very, very pleasant driving experience. Breakfast of champions this morning. Took the Firebird out for a quick trip to Wawa for one of their lovely breakfast burritos. Pretty sure I'm going to be rickrolled this whole visit too, so yeah, that's great. Car's running great. I do need to put some more timing in it. It's pretty low on power, but I'm going to sneak up on it, so far so good. Alright, this is the setup. Basically I'm using the cheapest masking tape that you can buy at the Dollar General down the road. And the plan is to hit this here. Obviously I'm going to do a little bit better job cleaning that. I'm probably going to scuff that up and use some acid etch primer. Do the same here for that side. And I'll probably cut some cardboard out and block it from the back and just spray from this direction here. I'm going to spray this kind of a dark metallic gray again to make it look, just knock some of the shine off of it. Man, like I said, I just can't stand these shiny wheels on second gens. They just never looked right to me. So I'm going to knock some of the shine off of it, block it from the back. Yeah, just seal it up as best I can from the back. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these because, like I said, I really just can't stand these rims and tires. But my next project's going to be vintage era. It's probably going to be around $1,600, so I'm going to just maybe get another year out of these wheels. And what a shame it would be to get rid of these Mucho Macho tires. Definitely anxious to see what kind of smoke they make. So I'm just going to tape these up, and I'm going to use wheel paint I got at the Auto Bone down the road. I'm going to acid etch prime. I'm going to scuff it up, clean it a little better, scuff it up, acid etch prime it, and then use that wheel paint. And I got some clear wheel paint as well. I'm going to knock these center caps off and leave these as shiny. I have a picture I'm going to show real quick in this video of where I got the inspiration from to do this, but it ended up looking a lot better than it is now, and it's also on a second gen Firebird, and I kind of really enjoy the idea. Again, it's nice not to go out and spend another $1,500 on rims at the minute. This is a highly engineered work surface for this project. That doorknob make it look like a door, but no, my wife's been giving me all kinds of honeydew projects. We've added some closets and things, so I'm right in the middle of a bunch of home projects. That's what's keeping me from putting a lot of content out right now. So anyway, off to spraying.
Bye.
fashion, we have a hurricane coming our way. It's Hurricane, I don't know, Idalia or Idalia or however you want to say it. I try not to get too wrapped up in the news of what's going on, but looks like it's hitting us now. We just got our first downpour here, so go ahead and pull the masking off and see how it looks. It did get some rainwater on it, but looks like it's dried enough that it didn't affect it too much. Look at that there. That's it. I think it looks pretty good. Man, that's tight. I also noticed too that on all four wheels, I checked the rears there as well. There's no evidence of anybody even making an attempt to balance these things. There's no weights on any of them. Or this one has like a marker mark right there, but I'm doubting they even tried to balance these things. The car doesn't have any noticeable vibrations, which is a miracle. Of course, I've only had it up to about 65 now. I haven't had it up to any crazy speeds. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and get these balanced and make sure that they're suitable. But pretty happy with that look. I think that's going to look pretty good. Yep, they're looking pretty good. Looks like this backer idea helped in getting a whole lot of paint back behind the rim area. I think it makes it a little bit less ghetto-rific what I've done here, but pretty happy. So we're gonna throw these back on the car and see how they go. Alright, so there's the original, there's the new. I'm going to get them mounted on the front, but just to give you a little teaser, I think that looks a lot better. I don't know, I just think knocking that shiny off will make it look much better on a second gen, so pretty happy so far how they're coming out. So for the last wheel, I actually upgraded the tape from dollar store to actually a nice Home Depot, whatever brand this is, but a little more expensive tape. I was pretty shocked at how, hey, quiet, pretty shocked at how expensive tape has become. A little ridiculous, but this is my last one of the four. I'm getting ready to paint it up. I'm just using this self-etching automotive primer and this VHT wheel paint. It's this graphite color wheel paint. So it's come out pretty well so far. I'll get this one painted up and we'll get it on the car. So that's what we're working with there. I'm going to let it dry for a few minutes. Oh, and one other thing I'll say now that I've installed the other three wheels is painting the seats for the lug nuts was a bad idea. If I could do it over again, I would probably mask those off. The nuts definitely torqued up a little funny. I could feel that they were soft, and you know, when they're getting close to being tight, you could feel that paint was affecting that voltage joint. You just feel that in the torque wrench. I also would not have painted this surface here. A little harder than normal to bang those center caps into position. They're held in just with some O-rings there that have to cross that bridge there. So I'm going to sand those down, and I'm sanding the lug nut seats down with a little polishing tool I have to get good torque. That's one area we definitely don't want to jeopardize having a good bolted joint to keep those lug nuts in place. So if I could do it over again, those are the two main things I would have done. But again, overall, I'm pretty happy with the results. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and then we'll peel the tape off. Nice. So quick walk around with the new wheels. Probably at some point should give this thing a bath. Just backed it out of the garage to get a look at it. I did knock that red off the calipers. I hated that red. Gave it a nicer look. Obviously I still have some work to do on the body gaps and things, but the gap on this fender and the hood is much better. I think I showed you in the last video, this brace holding up the middle here is completely unbolted, so I'm going to have to take that grill off, or that grill off, and align that. There's also a fastener, looks like it's broken off on the fiberglass right here, so it's just loosey-goosey as you can see. So probably the next thing I'll do is pull that grill off this car. Starts good cold, been dialing in the choke a little bit as I go. I'm going to up the timing here in a little bit. It's way low on timing, so I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to sneak up on it. But pretty happy with the way the wheels look. Take a step back here. Looks a lot more like a Firebird without the big shiny wheels there. So to me, it looks a lot better. I know it's subjective, but I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm just going to enjoy these wheels for another year or so. My next project is going to be buying vintage air. Hopefully I can keep my marriage intact while doing that. We'll see. Doing things on a budget here lately. But yep, this is my plan. Obviously I bought the Dakota digital gauges before we made the stupid idea of trying to start up our own business. I guess I'm just too focused on my Pontiacs rather than the small business. But it's been rough going for sure. So starting to dig this car. I think I've got about 70 miles on it. Hood scoop works great. Makes some really cool noises when you get into the 4-barrel. So got that small issue with the speedometer drive gear I'm going to be tackling here in a few minutes, and I'll probably include that with this video. I know watching somebody spray paint wheels isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but I think it did make a big difference on this car. Well, I'm still undecided what to do next episode. I may go ahead and chase these gaps a little more on this front end here. Pretty rough shape some of these parts are, but I think I could do better, fix some of these giant gaps. Torn doing that, or getting the vintage air and plugging that giant hole in my firewall where the air conditioner box used to be. So anyway, stay posted. I'll do my best to keep it interesting here. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.